Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. So, I have seen some videos, heard some audio, some content about the various events that have come to light for Minnesota, as well as some of the reactions to businesses in Minnesota, right? So this lady, one of the videos that I saw, this lady ordered DoorDash, right? And I'm sure you guys may have seen because apparently it's pretty hot topic right now. But anyway, so this lady orders DoorDash. The DoorDash people pull up, right, with the food. The lady gets out, she going to the door. She didn't, she getting ready to take her picture. She turn around and guess who done rolled up on her? You got it, IC to the E. They done pulled up. She's riding with a passenger. She's door dashing with a passenger in the car, which is against most food delivery rules. But anyway, so the people run up, they snatch her passenger out the door. So when the lady opens the door to get her DoorDash, girl, she busts in the door and closed the door behind her, locked the door. Now, the lady did not record the conversation that transpired when the woman came in. But at the end of the day, them boys wanted her to open the door and let them up in there to get her, and she wouldn't. She asked them if they had a warrant. She reported that they said they didn't have a warrant, but they'll go get one and they're gonna kick the door down and whoop de whoop de whoop. Well, from the conversation, she called to somebody, and it sounded at first like it may have been an attorney. Whoever it was, they were explaining to her that she should open the door. The lady said, I don't want to open the door. My kids are here. I don't want them to come in here and take her. Da 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 da. They said they was gonna get a warrant. They was like she was, telling her what all they was saying. And the woman told her, well, if they get the warrant, when they come back, they kicking in the door, coming down the chimney, coming up from the basement. That's me adding to it. But you get the picture. So, the lady freaking out. She pacing from window to window recording, and they out there like they trying to map out how they can get in. And then men say they back here in the backyard. And then she go to the back. They everywhere. My question is, what would you do if that was you? If you ordered food, hey Silky Black, good morning, babe. If you ordered food from DoorDash and the DoorDash driver comes with your food, ring the bell, and you open the door, and they run in and lock the door, scared, hiding because they don't want the boys, the I to the C to the E people, to get them, would you open the door when they ask you to open it? Or would you tell them to go get a warrant and come back? We have seen the different responses that they give, and we're even starting to see now what they're getting. I see a bigger problem coming, and I'm gonna tell you what it is because look at what we're watching right now. We watch the community protests against them boys, right? Then the hotel start the protest. You can't sleep here. We cancel your reservations, right? Now you got McDonald's got a sign in the window and an armed security guard standing outside the door saying, you're not welcome here. We ain't got nothing for you. Don't even come in. And he's out there to make sure with his bad ass it's just one guard against X number of federal agents that may show up to get some lunch. Okay, so you got the community, you got the hotel, you got McDonald's. And not to pick on McDonald's, McDonald's was the store that was being videoed at the time. But I would presume there are many more. So let's just say restaurants. You got the people in the neighborhood against you, the hotels, you ain't got nowhere to sleep. Now the restaurants, you ain't got nowhere to eat and get water. Where is the line drawn? Because I guess they can't do nothing to him, right? If they decide they don't want to service the federal agents, it ain't nothing nobody can do, right? So, but where is the line drawn? Because as a business, didn't you apply for a business license with that particular state to do business in their state and follow their terms and their rules and their regulations and their guidelines? Didn't y'all have some type of contractual agreement? So if y'all did, are you breaking that agreement? Do they spank you on your butt? Do they remove you, close down shop where you at, or take change ownership or change management, or where is the line drawn? Because see, let's take it a step further. Step back for a minute. Let me show you something else that you may or may not have seen. The people is refusing to service them. They ain't got nowhere to go. Somebody done put them up. We're gonna say an Airbnb. It could be just a rental property. It could be a vacation property. Don't know. I haven't dug into it. But somebody put them up in a dwelling, and we just gonna say Airbnb just for namesake, right? So now you got the agents up in here. You done gave them somewhere to lay their head, and I'm guessing so far they can go in the grocery store and buy some groceries, and then come back to the house and cook since they can't go nowhere else to eat, right? But now it's being reported that the peoples done found out where your ass is laying your head, and they done came and started attacking the dwelling. They are vandalizing the property. They are harassing the people that are inside the dwelling. And in this situation, were the federal agents that was coming to support the I to the C to the E people. Now, bitch, wait, we know where that line is drawn. That line was drawn the minute you slung that rock, you slung a cocktail, you slung a match, you slung a flame, you blew a flame. The line was drawn the minute you raised violence against that household and the people in it. Now they scared. They don't know what the hell going on. They don't know who you are, what's happening, but now they scared. The motherfuckers in there got guns, homeboy. They got guns. And they're licensed to shoot your ass and walk away. So it just makes me crazy to see. We just watched a woman who just sipped from the video I saw simply tried to drive away. Y'all holler, oh, she done hit the agent. Oh, he in the hospital fighting for his life. Well, that wasn't the video I seen. The video I seen, the lady just tried to spade out, but hell, she was on ice. So when she tried to hit it, she kind of slid a little bit. It didn't hurt that nigga. It couldn't have hurt him. They'd have opened fire and knocked her out. But I digress. That's what they had said. All she was trying to do was leave. But now y'all vandalizing and attacking these people on the inside. Where is the line drawn? Because if that's how y'all gonna do and get away with in Minnesota, well, don't you think Kentucky gonna want some? Ohio gonna want to do it. Florida gonna want to. You see where I'm going with the question? If this shit start rising up across multiple states, y'all don't even know. I don't even think, as much as I'm gonna say we try to tell y'all, the more stuff that is coming out in the open, when you listen to it, when the people is talking, you don't even really think you like you what you are so, it's a shock to hear the shit that's going on, that's been going on right in your face, but you're mad. You don't even really know what you fucking mad about. What you should be mad about is the fact that motherfuckers been getting over on us since our ancestors, and they continue to get over on us now. And at the rate I'm looking at it, while I'm happy on one side, I look on this side and I am not happy with the you want to continue to control us. That's the part. Is this control shit is deep, you know and that's why I like to go over to X and talk, because we can talk freely over there. We ain't got to be running around with all these code words. We ain't got to be using the alphabets and all of this. We can just say the damn name and go ahead on. But anyway, where is the line drawn? Because you already done talked about the terrorists. You've been talking shit to Mexico since you popped this shit off. You've been fucking with them to the point they done said, tell your motherfucking people keep their ass over there. Don't come over here because we don't want them. Hell, they told they own people that swam across the ocean, climbed over the wall, dug a hole in a tunnel and crawled over here. They said if your bitch ass left, nigga, stay over there. We don't want you back. This ain't your home no more. Don't come back here. So Mexico is real big mad with us right now, right? And so we saying how we that we not we but they saying that they targeting the cartels and the this and the that, and we going after all of these people that's flooding us with this bad stuff, and in turn they making money off of it when we got to make our money off of hurting and stealing, backstabbing our own people. But hey, I digress. Anyway, then you jumped up and you took your ass over there to Nigeria, Kenya, Africa, somewhere, and you told them, get up off these Christians. You want to run around and kill Christians? Then okay, we're going to come over here and get you. Now, that's what they had said, and that's what apparently they went over there and done. So the Nigerians is very happy. Okay, good deal. I support it. Everything ain't gonna come colored, wrapped up in a bow. Some of it's gonna be really, really ugly. But when you took your ass over to Venezuela, myself, I asked the question, what the hell is we doing over there? Why is we fucking with them folks over there? I asked the question because I hadn't been downtown. I hadn't been underground for a minute. My sister been sending me shit and I've been looking at it, but a lot of times when I don't understand, I have to ask her and then she break it all down to me. So I'm looking at this stuff with no questions asked and none answered. And I'm wondering, what is we doing over there? Well, what the way I understand it was, first of all, apparently the man was accused, the king was accused of a whole bunch of things, and apparently, everybody wanted him in prison, but I guess didn't nobody have the corners to go get him. And so we crept up over there to go get him, and that's when I heard that, I was like, oh, okay, so now we playing sheriffs and cowboys and Indians now, right? That's what we're doing. Okay, well, they said the man was a bad man, child. I keep reading, and come to find out, Venezuela is where all the oil at, boy, is where all the oil. Wait just a minute. Let me let me tell you how I put the pieces of the puzzle together. They say you a bad man and you was wanted for all of these crimes. Your ass is the oil capital of the U.S. And now that we got you, who's gonna run shop? We are. Then I say, oh shit, okay. Okay, so now we done went over there and took over some shit, but the people is happy. Venezuelans are very happy, celebrating, kicking it, partying, they dancing in the streets, all is well. But hold on, wait a minute, let me put my foot down in it. They I got that cocaine over there too. So okay, so they playing sheriff, so okay, they want to clean everything up. And then I keep reading and find out that the Venezuelans allegedly had borrowed some money from the Russia and the China, I'm assuming the good part of China. And so that oil was the collateral or the other end of the barter. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Oh, you're going to give me $7 billion and I'm going to give you this much ownership in oil, et cetera, et cetera. Now, my understanding could be off a little bit. But then when I stepped back and put it all together, I said to myself, okay, we got him and his oil, and part of that oil Russia and China is looking for. Then it's like a trifecta. Wait a minute. These are the three amigos who was in this shit from day one. But I'm trying to make it make sense. Everybody is still on that control type of thing. Now I don't know how Russia doing it yet. I don't know how Russia doing it. Because while I'm over here reading about why we over there fucking with Venezuela, and I'm trying to get it all put together and make it make sense, then bam, they jumped up and who was it? It wasn't us. I don't think was it Australia. I don't know if it was Australia, but they done cut the internet off. They done cut the internet off for the whole country allegedly. Now that's what they reported. So then, of course, now with my ADHD, I done jumped off of this and went over there trying to see what the hell had happened. It was a lot happening, and it was so much that I wanted to come back over here. In fact, it's about this Venezuela. But while going back to picking up where I left off with Venezuela, the little man come up on the other. See, that's what happened when you're looking at two different devices, and your ears is picking up shit. This is it right here. The man come on talking about the NGOs. Well, every time they talked about the NGOs, I never knew what it was, how it affected us. I just knew it was something with the food. And I knew the people that started showing you when you go to the fruits and vegetable and you look at the label, they was telling you how to determine which ones you do get and which ones you do not get. The same way they telling you which toothpaste to get, which cereal box not to get, which toilet tissue. It's a lot, right? So when he say NGO, I span over because he said it's a SCAM. I said what? And we paying for the scam P- in our face. No hands behind their back. But we just don't know why, because we ain't had a reason to be thinking about stuff like that. That's political stuff. I'm not into politics. You better get your ass in politics so you can understand what's going on around you. That's how we got in the position we in now. But I digress. Let me get back. So the man said, "Let me explain to you why I say it's a SCAM." He say he gave an example. He said it'll take a billionaire. A billionaire will take $1 million and put into an NGO program. For example, feed the kids. Let's just call it feed the kids. I remember having seeing the feed the kids for 1 penny a day, and you can get this child school and books and okay, feed the kids. Okay, I know what that is. Okay, I'm listening. And then he said he'll dunk 1 million into that program, and then they'll turn around and put feed the kids on the itinerary for the next board meeting and say we need to invest into the feed the kids. And when they look at the feed the kids portfolio, happy new year some things, hey boo, when they look at the portfolio they'll be like, oh okay, wow, they have 1 million plus, on top, we should invest in them. Okay, well, let's give them 100 million a year for the next 5 years, or whatever the contractual agreement is, and then they stamp it. The politician pass it, and now the taxpayers are paying into that 500 million that we're giving over to them. Mind you, they're not getting 500 million. They may get 1 million, like the same million that was dumped into you. You may get that, but that other 499 go back to the billionaire. So he was saying how, and he was that was his way of giving us an example of how the whole SCAM works. So then I thought, wow, for the first time, now I have a better understanding of NGOs. But now you gave us Feed the Kids as an example. I want to know who are the real people. Why do I want to know? Because the other day, I was talking about trading and that I was doing my research because I want to start trading. I want to get my silver and my gold. I want to have my account made up. I want to be able to make that money because it's money to be made, and I'm late getting in on the ball game. So I'm looking into this. So I'm talking, and somebody was like, "Well, you can do some simple trading with bare minimum, whoop de whoop." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Um, I'm gonna save that information for another video, but and it'll be called trading and what I heard, because by then I will have done more research and know something. But anyway, so we talking about the trading and this, that, and other. And mind you, I've told y'all in the past, long before they decided to tell you that Google want to start reading your emails and your texts and listening. Way before they told you, I've been told y'all Alexis and Siri always eavesdropping and reporting, going back telling it, right? Because I think at some point in time, all of us have been having a conversation with somebody, and your phone's sitting over there, and all of a sudden that bitch will pop up and be like, "Oh, I did not understand you. Can you repeat it?" And it's like, "Wasn't nobody even talking to you? So how did you wake up?" But anyway, so we talking about the trade, and then all of a sudden I go on X, and they're talking about the is it the AMT and the LBMAT? Anyway, something about their money then got cut off. So they got 7.3 billion, whatever they dollars come out to, pesos, dineros, I don't know, yen, whatever it is, but they got 7.3 billion that was locked up in silver, and I didn't understand it, but it seemed like they just took a hit, some type of a hit, and they got to jump ship. But I think they're upside down in some kind of way. I gotta look into it a little bit more, but because it's dealing with trading and that type of thing, that's gonna be a part of what I look into when I do my research. But so I'm watching the countries kind of around us start to fall apart. So when I see this situation where the DoorDash woman, she done bust in the house, closed the door, and locked the door, and now the IC to the E people want that homeowner to open the door, and she said, you ain't got no warrant. I want to know, where is the line drawn? Because if all these other states start to rear up and do what she did, we're gonna have a bigger problem, and y'all gonna FAFO sooner than you think. Cause see, this shit I've been waiting for almost five, what, going on 6 years, because I started to learn before shit really started happening. When I say shit, I mean Kool-Aid. I started to learn before Kool-Aid hit. So I've been waiting damn near 6 years for some of this shit to come to the forefront, for y'all to find out for this shit. And it is coming out. I don't even know if people are paying attention. But it is more shit coming out about the food not being food. How the woman bought the watermelon and the watermelon ain't watermelon. The man brought the honey wheat bread. He took the bread, put it under the water, ran water, and it was a fucking sponge. He squeezed the water out, the bread opened right back up. Wasn't like, you see all of this shit going on with the food. We heard about homeboy Fauci. We heard about him going up over there buying all the Greenlands. And what did I just read last week? Now we talking about we going back over there and we gonna take the Greenland. Like, if all of these states start rearing up against them boys and them alphabets, that means the National Guard gonna start swarming and shit gonna start going down real bad. Then shit gonna come to the forefront to try to get y'all to understand. But the problem I see now, why it's taking so long, he had to break it down piece by piece by piece. He had to attack it that way, because if you fuck around and show the people too soon, then when you're taking action and steps to take care of stuff, these people don't agree with you, so they're going to help hide. They're going to help do stuff to make it harder for you. So now it makes sense why this shit can't just, the lid can't just be blown off. But if y'all start to get him to call the National Guardian, guess what? That means that your kids, 16 or older, gonna end up being snatched up and enlisted and be forced. And with the way people shitting food, water, drinks, you don't know what's gonna happen. Cause Hell, your sergeant may tell you to jump out the boat in the water, and you turn around and look at him and like nigga, what? And you know you can't do that in the military. He tell you to jump in the water, yes sir, and in the water you go. But you gonna find one of them YNs is gonna turn around and look at him, and then he may just haul off and add one right between the eyes. I mean, it's so hard. It's so much tension and distension and separation among us right now that it is so hard to say. And I continue to tell y'all, please stay stocked up. Please have your extra water, your tissue, your cleaning supplies, all of the things. Um, what else? So the NGOs, the DoorDasher, where does draw the line? Trading. What else? I didn't draw out an itinerary because I had to go run and pick up some accessories. Um, so I didn't get to outline what I want to discuss. I just knew I wanted somebody to tell me where do we draw the line. Um, you know, I don't know if y'all have been able to put together yet that Minnesota is a special state. Minnesota is a very special state when it comes to them boys. Um, it was rumored a long time ago to me, and it didn't mean that when I heard the shit spoken, it didn't even mean nothing to me. I didn't. Okay, good for them. Who the fuck go to Minnesota? But it was put out a long time ago. That's where them witness people go. Some of the witness people go when they go get their new identity. So when I see you going after undocumented, when I see you going after different nationalities, cultures, diversities for coming over here and taking advantage of us. When I see the tension in the communities and everything, it it upsets me a little bit because the same way you're catching and exposing these diversities and cultures and ethnicities out here that took advantage of us, I think accountability needs to be held to those same people that approved it and let it go and let it slide and didn't have any, protective measures like auditing and site visits and things like that. I think those people should be held accountable as well. Um, yeah, it's a lot, but yeah, it's a lot. But if you're watching, a lot of shit is coming out about Minnesota. But while that stuff is coming out, it's also being used as a distraction. Because everybody looking at Minnesota, and y'all missed what just went down in Florida the other day. Y'all missed just what went down in New Orleans last week. Y'all missed what went down in Texas. Like, this is the kind of stuff y'all already know from past. This is the kind of stuff I can't really talk about on YouTube. Uh, but X, we can speak freely. So that's why I run over there and do a lot of talking. So Um, but hell, most of the videos and the education and information I've been getting is from people I not know that not only am I not sub to, but they're coming down my algorithm because of my interactions with them. So, I like that. I want to be in the know because I've spent my whole life not knowing all of the stuff that I'm just finding out. And that's unfortunate. So anyway, I had to come over and chit chat as always for a brief minute. Y'all have a blessed Sunday, and I'll talk to you later.